Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
And I'm like commenting it.
I got some varsity.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And the other thing, you have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
No way. What grade?
That one had to go.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome fellas, welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Chef Simeon, who in the building. Earlier, here now, I was in Port of Spain today and I don't know why them just choose during the day to do work on that highway. I sat in traffic for about 2 hours trying to reach home, you know. Right after Macaulay there, by where the road was caving. They're doing
What's
some
What's part in town now?
no, coming down the highway in San Fernando, closer to San Fernando after Claxton Lane.
Oh,
Yeah, after
Not
the
that
Claxton
I
Lane flyover. Boy, here now, I swung in over possibly about 2.5 hours. I swung in traffic horse.
wow. On a Sunday.
A Sunday, boy.
Wow.
Anyway, I mean, I don't know if they just choose not to want to pay, you know, overtime, 2.5 times, triple time because, you know, it might be at night. But oh God, boy, consider the motorists now, boy. People have things to do. All the working the night. Anyway, fellas, how are you feeling? We back again. Today, I mean, today was a better result. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts in terms of what you saw in terms of the spectacle. I am still by no means convinced, you know, with what I've seen. You know, I continue to be baffled by the fact that, fellas, you know, with a week to train, you know, against teams that play in midweek games, we still coming out second best. Only I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I don't get carried away with these victories.
They will call me negative Nancy tonight. Yes?
No, Chef, the thing about it is we sitting here and we know consistency is always rule, right? And if the thing that is more consistent is the thing that causing us to always be second best, or causing us to always lose games or not get the result that we're supposed to get with what's been given to us, then how we could sit down and just celebrate wins that we know the likelihood of it happening again few and far between. You know what I'm saying?
Before we go any further, I just want somebody on the panel or anybody that gonna, any of the viewers, answer me this. The way we play in the second half, why we can't start the game like that? That is all I want people to answer me. Right. Moving along.
Yeah, I mean the question on the floor. So go through Simeon if you have an answer for Chef.
No, I mean, I think, you know, watching the game that, you know, I think we kind of, you know, the goals that we score, you know, kind of stun Crystal Palace, hit Crystal Palace in a way. You know, I think, you know, we were at a point where teams used to always play us, you know, and, you know, give their best, and they still do to a point. But, you know, Crystal Palace came in playing better football for you know, the first half, and they figure, okay, well, we get the first goal, we're just going to finish them off. And them 2 goals we score, you know, especially the first one, was such a gut punch. I mean, the goal he scored, you know, when he scored, you know, the angle he scored was, you know, I can't see who saw it coming because we weren't playing good football. So I mean, I don't know if the confidence we got or if it's the, you know, the fatigue Crystal Palace have, but they moved the ball better in the second half. But, you know, to act like, you know, I don't think it's anything, you know.
But Simeon,
Great that we did.
You watch how within the first goal scoring, how Manchester start to press, how Manchester start to move the ball faster. I don't get that. Where all of that was.
I think a big thing is confidence. I think the first half we struggled to control the ball, especially because we anytime the ball went in center, we struggled to control the ball. Casemiro struggled with bad touch. Most of the balls we play were long balls and stuff on the side. But as soon as we score a goal, man, confidence can get high and the touch get good. You start seeing some better movement. That's what it was. But the the I'm glad we win, but the kind of depressing football we play in the first half, you can't forget that. We could take the win, but to score that kind of goal we score, the kind of goals we score, and it ain't from any kind of manager thing. It's hard to see us keeping this up. Glad we win, but you can't see us winning games like this,
Not
on a
consistently.
constant, yeah, exactly, a constant basis.
They will win games, I will say they ain't gonna finish 15th place. But with that type of stop start inconsistent football, then
But I think,
when a proper team hold on to you, they will kill us.
but I think Chef used the one in the last pod that said with the way how we play, we will get one win, then we go loss, then we go draw, then we go loss, then we go win. So it's like yeah, we've been flattered to be deceived, to be disappointed.
Somebody coming to say, "Oh God, all your negative. We win the game. Let's focus." No, Dan, we ain't here to just focus on the win, Jared. Because if we focusing on the paper and paper in the cracks, is what Manchester here to the and we as fans had to want better for the club, boy. No.
Yeah. I really wish we had one of the more positive panelists on the pod today, like Kristen or Lion. They might have been able to bring a little bit balance. But I tell you, I can't see much barring a result. But long term, and what we keep saying is the consistency. We're not seeing it now, but we're not seeing where it's coming. But before we move on, I just want to do one thing, right? Big Phil on the inside. Good night to you. And all we want to big up Big Phil and Barbados. Today is their Independence Day. So
Hey,
big up
happy
Phil
independence.
and happy independence to you and all your Bayesian people.
What country
Big up. Well, I mean, I think he in Toronto where he's supposed to be, but who knows? He might be home in Barbados.
I know
Right?
he is Rolling Stone.
Yeah. So Phil, where location? Are you in Barbados or you're in Canada? Let me know. Right? But again, big up to you and the Bajans. Happy independence to you guys, man. Right? He's saying here the way we play in the second half, Man United not being able to string two halves together. Sounds like we're on that Ole again. All right? He's saying here when Mbuma Ahmad go to the AFCON and Kobe and Jay-Z on loan, then the real Man United going to get exposed. All right? Amarin been here 1 year and we only had 12 wins in the PL under Amarin. Well, I think today going to make it 13, right? I heard that and I was hoping it was a joke. Yeah, it's facts. All right? He say he want people to know the location. All right, we hear you, buddy. We hear you. You do your thing, right? Yeah, man. Anyway, so guys, we're going straight into I think there's not much we could have expected in terms of the starting lineup. It was either Ahmad in the 10 again, which would to me would have signaled that Amarim just not learning, but it was good to see that the manager made a decision that was long overdue, and Ahmad went back to the side where our relationship has been developing with him and Mbeumo. Right? And with that move being made, it was only obvious. It was the automatic thing to do to put Mount inside because we know he not gonna put Bruno, he not gonna move Bruno out of that central position. As much as we just say, put Bruno in the 10, and bring Menu next to Casemiro, Amorim not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? So, thing about it is, I don't know if you all see it differently, but this starting lineup was if he didn't do anything other than that, then I'd say this man needed his brain checked. Chef?
No, I agree. It basically pick itself for the what is worrying though is all right, you had the starting lineup, but when you watch that bench, devoid of any set of game changers in the coach, well, I have to say in the coach's mind, no set of attacking impact on the bench per se, is worrying if what could happen. So, yeah, it is almost like if we back to square one.
Yeah. Simeon?
No, Chef, right. The depth. What's the word? Lack of talent as far as attacking wise on his team is. Sesko and Cunha, but I think we lack in a way. We get rid of other players who weren't going to work for this team as Amorim, and a lot of us agreed, the Sanchos, the Rashfords, the the Garnachos, but I think we more or less at least one player short as far as a team wise. I think I've been saying this team is not built, it's not built. It's not really looks like it's being built for any kind of structure or as a part of the. A year ago we thought we were going to build young players, and now you look at the young players we have, especially you worry, look at the. You look at the man who's supposed to be. He's a good attacking player. You can put him in the 10 and stuff, and he can't even get a sweat. He coming on in 90th minute, literally the 90th minute. The dog who we just buy. In the winter. I just look at this team and then you look at the lineup and the bench, and it's like the same way we were trying to phase young players in. It's the same way we phasing them out, kind of way. So I worry about this team and the composition, and I worry about Amorim and his where we're looking right now is the players we just get might be part of the coach's plan. So I really, my whole thing for this team is not just the performance but the direction. Euro struggle today. I worry about him a little bit. And the rest of the young players. I just worry because we go be making the choices as to he'll be part of it as to who we get next. So you have another coach with another bunch of his players coming in to fit his style. Because as you can see, there's no one on the team, on the bench that he really rates to come on and change the game in the way he wants to change it.
Now, let me just touch on this, right? Because you see, for me, the squad depth issue, and big up to Nico. I don't know if you're here. Yeah?
Man,
Yeah.
like Nico,
Are they hearing me?
boy.
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh God.
Nice.
You still borrowing internet from the neighbor?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, but let me just make this point before Nico jump in, right? Now, what I noticed with regard to that whole squad depth issue is because Amorim doesn't know how to properly rotate his squad. I think having strong squad depth will affect the team negatively. Understand what I'm saying? Because remember, Amorim had it at a point in time when Amorim had Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo on top. and he did not use a single sub. Right? Look at how long it took for Joshua Zirkzee to finally start to get minutes. Right? So what I'm saying is, because Amorim hasn't been showing me, and then with the limited amount of games we have to share around the squad, right? So take into consideration the manager don't know how to utilize his full squad in terms of rotating players, and married with the fact that we only have one game a week for large portions of the season. If we have a quality team in terms of depth, I think we'll have a lot of disgruntled players sitting on the bench getting no kind of minutes, because Kobe Mainoo get 4 minutes today earlier. You understand what I'm saying? And then we're expecting Kobe Mainoo in that 4 minutes to come and prove why he should start ahead of Bruno. You understand what I'm saying? We expected Zirkzee to come on last week against Everton and dig we out of a hole with his rusty tail, because he had played since August. The manager cannot utilize squad depth. So I am saying what we have is a result of how we build this team and what the manager doing. You know? Nico, where's you seen, buddy? How things? It's been a while.
Yeah, man. I guess kind of getting into the game one time. But not really the game too much, because again, you're still relying on more or less individual brilliance. Other than consistently creating chances, I really haven't seen us create chances, and to me that is definitely my issue. I don't know if the issue is just the midfield, or if it's just because we saw it last season, and it's the same thing last season. We are unable to beat our team by more than one goal, right? And you doesn't see during the game where the goals gonna come from. You doesn't see. It doesn't see, as we always talk about the patterns. It doesn't see about what's the plan. It doesn't see. I don't know why it is seeing, but it's just like you're just watching the rubbish, boy, and you're just hoping a goal score. You're just hoping somebody pull a rabbit out of the hat. And to me that'd be the most frustrating thing, because when you see a goal, it's not like, I mean, about them fellas playing ball. It's always on some kind of lucky break, and to me that is the most frustrating thing for me right now. We hearing Amorim talking about every pre-match, this team is built better than last season, but I not seen that difference. I'll be honest, I not seen that difference. Maybe a little bit of resilience, but still that is based on individual quality other than team performance now. I have not really seen a team performance the last 5, 6, 7 games, and to me that is the most disappointing thing for me, at the moment. Zirkzee today, that goal was a wonder goal. That we know he had that kind of we know he had that kind of touch and that kind of class, but that was a quality finish today. I didn't see it when that ball hit the back of the net. I was like, wait, nah, score from the angle, and then Mount surprising us with the with the free kick goal. I know that Simeon player, Mount Simeon is to be called.
He's surprising you. He's surprising you. Yeah, surprisingly.
So much out today, but outside of that, I don't think. No. All right. Hey, I can. It's a receipt, sir. This thing are receipts, no? Don't feel you can just jump and say that because Monk score a goal today, no? Alright? Yeah. But I mean, we pull it off today, but we have real far to go. We are real far to go, and I not, as I say, pulling no wool over my face to say, yeah, but we back on track. You understand? This is a blip. This 3 points today was a blip. Right? Yeah. And it could be because we took advantage of maybe the Palace, play midweek, which is Thursday. Maybe that worked in our favor. But this, I wasn't impressed by the performance at all.
I think you sum it up in the phrase "we pull it off." You know them kind of jobs when you just pull it off because you know it's against. You're not expecting it to happen. You know, you didn't really deserve nothing, but you pull it off. Like when you go to write an exam, you didn't study at all. You know, and when you get your results, hey, I pull it off. You know, that kind of way. No kind of preparation, nothing invested. And that's what it look like, because if a team, if a team training over a 12+ month period, then we shouldn't be going into games questioning, you know, anything. And you know, I'm interested to hear other thoughts on this, because Amarim keeps talking about, and I don't want to take nothing away from the point because I think it is valid, right? But Amarim keeps talking about the fight, you know, and the intensity, and it's not there, right? And while, again, as I said before, while this is a valid point, in the absence of the intensity and the fight, shouldn't we still see a lazy style of play, or something to say, well, okay, well, perhaps if he was a little more, if showing a little more fight on that, I kind of see where the build-up would have resulted in a rehearsed movement to a goal. I don't know if I understand the point I'm making, because you keep coming every week and saying, if we fight more, we will, you know, we'll get a better team and we'll win games and we'll do what we're supposed to do. But it's almost as though that fight, for me, is representative of turning a match into a kind of scrappy kind of hustle, high intensity kind of hustle now, as opposed to something calculated where, you know, we have a game plan. I don't know if I'll see where I'm trying to go with this.
So my thing on that is, we still begging players to fight and for intensity at one game a week. But the coach are even saying that. What's saying? One game a week. Are you telling me what fight and intensity and, oh gosh, man. And I can't accept that. I cannot accept that. Then something happening. Then you not getting. Is you have to get it out of the players? The coach had to get it out of the players. One game a week and no fight and no intensity. Nah, boy. No.
So,
you should be ashamed to say that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, you know, Nico said, I mean, you picking the same players more or less every week. You talk about, they didn't have enough fight. Or I mean, you picking the same players basically every week, and you talk about they have. I mean, no, I mean it's nonsense. I mean, you watch this game, you know, and you look at, you know, Crystal, you know, look at other teams, you know, even Crystal Palace, who played midweek. You know, we were fighting with them, but the thing was they had a better system. When they attacked, men wasn't in the spots, men was going wide, man was cutting in, and you see the patterns. Yeah, I mean, you know, I would think the fight with our players is not bad for the most part. I mean, Bruno can't really fight nobody, but that's a different story. But the issue is teams just have a smarter game plan most of the time, so they would have to fight. You know, where we be, you know, when we get attacking, they're right there in front of us. When we try to attack them, we try to tackle them, we behind them or inside. So their tactics is get them in front, and our tactics we always behind. So I mean that alone tells you it takes more than just, you know, fight that thing. I mean, if us could fight, I mean, we got fighters on our team, but it's hard to fight when your system always have you chasing, you know, or behind, or, you know, getting skin out. It's hard, you know. So
exactly, Simeon, 100%. 100%. How we setting up the team? I tell you, we know the midfielders are problem. I just say that, boy. I want to see if I don't want to be too negative, but my problem is I'm not seeing the quality to have us challenging for a top 6 position consistently. I'm not saying
Just,
consistent enough quality, right?
Nico, it's not you being negative. We had that. I mean, today in the Manchester group, was it today? Yesterday, somebody was making a point, and I was like, bro, here's the thing, and we as United fans just had to come to the realization that we should.
no,
And
plain talk.
plain talk, and added to that, bro, we're not improving.
Yeah.
Or the improvement is, boy, it inconsistent at best.
Yeah, we at about 2 or 3 years, like I say, from improvement, and we say not 2 or 3 years now.
Me line it, I line it, and I keep this has been my go-to point when it comes to the club and to managers. You want us back up, man. You want supporters give a manager full support. Then we not asking to win every game, you know. We just asking, even if we losing that we have a set way of playing and you see a clear game plan. And not only that, your game plan is not just plan A. It have A, B, C, D, E. But Dan, I don't even think we have a plan A. Because in 2025, we still
If we have a plan A, it's being nullified very easily by the opposition.
Well, that's
plan
why but Dan, Manchester, everything about the club, the team right now is so easy to Dan. It have like nothing we just do is even vaguely unpredictable, from the starting lineups to the substitutions to the playing style. I don't know, boy. I don't know. And yes, you're saying we can't put it all on our manager, but sure, boy.
Yeah, I mean, I look at, I was trying to compare, because I know Liverpool were losing, so I was trying to compare the way they play, where we play, and I can't really compare it. I mean, I always talk about, we are so based in long balls and, the going back, after the last game where we had one more man than, Everton. I really look back at a lot of the reviews and the experts talk about how where we have our extra player, we play the ball back, we waste players in the wrong position, just passing the ball around the periphery and then a long ball. And so we did that so many times. And a few times we tried to go through the middle, you keep seeing Bruno coming back to get the ball, and then you have Casemiro next to them, right? And Casemiro a little bit ahead, but Casemiro doesn't want the ball. Casemiro hardly ever wants the ball in those positions. So you have Bruno looking up and he can't see anybody. So he hit it's a long ball. And if you watch, or he passes the ball back, and it's like you see same type of play, it's hardly ever going forward unless it's a long ball. And a few times we try to go through the middle, Casemiro ain't the best at carrying the ball. Bruno ain't the best at holding up the ball. A lot of times the attack breaks down trying to do that. And it's like, and the beginning of the year, I told Karim, I'm like, we bypassing the middle, which might be a good thing because we ain't losing the ball and we have to run back. But at the same time, you can't keep hitting the long balls.
No.
And since in midfield ain't gonna change, I worry. I think Xerxes playing really helps because, the same way Sesko for a little bit was holding the ball up and moving the ball is the same way Xerxes could do it. I hardly see any kind of Sesko ain't too much better at holding the ball up, and moving the ball and getting people into the attack. So I think Xerxes, ain't really a downgrade there. And the fact that Sesko wasn't scoring, we weren't playing for Sesko, we kind of wonder why, why Xerxes wasn't playing more in the beginning. But you just wonder, why tactically, why we can't go, why we don't have the make the players or make the changes to be able to have the option on the field. I think Amrim's system, he talks about, he got the players out there make, what's the quote he had today where he's like, the quality of the top three make a difference today. I'm like, we had, my thing is we if we wanted a team that, where top three make all the difference, we could have kept Ali. Ali put together, some of the top three, on top between, but we need a whole team performance, and we ain't seeing that. We don't have a front to back system of playing that's effective, and we're just kind of running on hoping that the top three do something. And not to go on for too long, but I'm kind of worried about the partnership between Ahmad and Mbumo. Yes, it's the best connection we have, but we don't see enough of it. And
Nope.
even now, I don't think they had it. They ain't gel yet. Ahmad still, when he get a chance, he's still not too sure about what he's doing. So I really worry about what our plan is when we get forward.
Yeah, that's a good point, because and you see, for me, that does come as a result of when players, still lacking the knowledge and understanding of what it is they're supposed to do, right? Now, one thing that was real shocking, well, not really shocking, but it was concerning to me today, is when Amrim was saying in the post-match that the free man in this system, the free man in our system is De Ligt. And that free man is supposed to be some kind of creative outlet. And I asked myself, I say, De Ligt is your creative outlet? De Ligt?
Is that the first time you said that? You said that already? That's
Serious?
what game we play. Yes, this wasn't the first time. With the little Z free man.
And I am
Say
asking
that
myself,
already? Is that the first time you said that?
and I asked myself, I saying, this man take one of the most, how to put it?
Unorthodox.
Yeah,
Unorthodox.
unorthodox. Not only that, he's not one of the calmest players on the ball.
Nope.
Which player can make a diagonal? You understand? Everybody can make a diagonal in professional football.
Yeah, well, everybody's supposed to be able to make a diagonal.
Right. But the point is to have that kind of to be given, to be bestowing the responsibility of that deep line creative responsibility in your team
On your
to a central center back who don't have that. It concerning now. Perhaps let me just say we had like a Martinez Licha inside there doing that. I thought I say, well, okay, I'm still a little concerned, but okay, I could see where you're doing there. You had a John Stones, because these fellas on them have that ability. Them could play midfield. You understand what I'm saying? But to tell me De Ligt.
But Reem, I hear you, but Dan, I don't want my centre backs to be my fulcrum of creativity, though. Why we have a midfield? I think the one consistent thing about football, Dan, we could agree on, no matter the formation, no matter the system, no matter what a coach wants to play, your creativity comes from your midfield. That is transference. Your defenders defend, get it upfield to your midfield get it to your attack, and goals come. So what you trying to tell me? Boy, it's Sunday night,
I mean, what Chef said, you look at, I'm no expert, but you need to shift a defense. and our system doesn't really shift the defense.
No,
You
Jed.
know, we can't we don't shift them and we can't carve through them. Like the best way to what other teams do to us, they go right through the middle and we dive all over the place and we would chicken with the head cut off. And we can't do that. And we just play around. We try to play around teams, and we can't play through them. I think with
Simeon, sorry, let me just make a next point there, right? Because I have a real good point to make, right? So here, there's the next layer, right? So if we can't play through teams, we play around them. And the ball going to Dallo or Dogu. Look at the men responsible for the creation of chances under the system now. Because if we can't go through them, which is highly unlikely, it's either we going long or we going wide, right?
And the wide men
long,
can't cross.
and the wide men do not have a creative bone in the body. So let's see the problem with the problems in this team are wrong players with big responsibilities. Anyway,
Boy.
Simeon.
No, I mean, I'm glad you cut it. I mean, you look at, since we're in topic, Dallo, like, Dallo is the biggest setup man. Like, he be doing some stuff. He be like, man, you want to scream. You want to be like, man, Dallo could really play. But before your mind could reach shit, he go do some shit right afterwards. I mean, he skipped past the man today. I say, go Dallo in. And the man trip himself and fall down. I said, Dallo, you're true. Why you diving? Why you diving for you're true? He always, that's what with Dallo. He always, as a coach, he always in the right spot to do something good. Or is always some kind of stupidness.
He's a ball magnet.
Yeah, you're right. You see that time the ball bounced in the box for him right there. Everybody ball and shoot. And he just what he do?
He and Dogu.
Yes.
Always in the right, in the positions where you want a killer to be. And it's be like, Jesus, boy.
Yeah, but right now, I feel I'm taking Dallo in for that Dogu right now.
And I can't even disagree with you because it's like if you're trying to compare vomit over diarrhea.
Let me just get some of the comments now, guys. All right.
Hey.
Natty on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying good night. Consistency. Something lacking. Our team needs to look at the points standing and see the type of quality out there. We need to up our game in order to just reach top 4. All right. Everson Baron, the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining. He's saying Man United. Phil saying Nico still following Garnacho.
I don't even have time to follow United as I would like to. Much as for Garnacho.
Hey. Imagine had we won versus Everton, we would be level with Everton. Look how push 4 past them, man. Yeah. Jody on the inside, blessed night to you, buddy. Thanks for joining, man. Phil saying here, half this squad gotta go next summer if we want to see improvement.
But you saying that, but does this manager have it in him to push this team forward, boy?
The only thing I'd say to that, right, is I watch Arteta, right?
Huh?
I watch Arteta, right? That's the only thing I'd say to that. And Arsenal man needs to be saying the same thing. And I still think Amorim working with what he have, because you cannot tell me that midfield we have is Amorim preferred midfield. That midfield we have is total rubbish. And he had to know that.
But Nico,
he had to know that.
Nico, let me put something to you, right?
Go ahead.
The squad that we have here now, right, is a result of Ruben Amorim.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. No,
I know where you're coming from, because we talked about this already. Go ahead.
Right. So let me say for the purpose of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Because I believe that the club backed the manager in what was considered the priority positions that needed addressing.
Yeah.
Right? Now we know that as far as we are concerned as fans, yeah, we needed some upgrades in attack. But when they consider Ahmad, Bruno, Mount, Xerxes, not Hoyland, right? But when we consider those 4 players, perhaps, you just add a little shine in the sun that you're bringing out Sesko, you're bringing out Mbumo, one or 2, but not 3. And then you take that resources that you're invested in 2, and you put that in the midfield. The next thing, that decision to keep Bruno, mess with the works. You understand what I'm saying? Because after you spend 200 plus million on your front 3, and then late in the window now, you decide, going and test the waters for a midfielder. We were not serious about improving that midfield that window going. Right? Because if we were, the same intent we approach revamping the entire attack, we would have said, well, hey, here what's going on. Let we go with 2 up top. We're gonna make Bruno into 10 if we insist on keeping him, and let we sort out our midfield.
Especially if, as you all pointed out a little while ago, the creativity of your formation comes from wing play. And you will improve wing play, boy?
Come on.
Yeah, but honestly, I would really, as much as I lost plenty faith, I still will only, in fact, what? I
Watch you.
I confuse myself.
Yeah, go on, play foot in your mouth. Go ahead.
But here, and that what I not to do. But I go back to my first point.
Then jumping off the tree.
No, I jumping off the tree. You see, that midfield is rubbish. Let me put it that way, because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, right? Because let me tell you what I don't want to say. I don't want to say if we get some good midfielders inside, this team gonna play good. Because you hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. But what I could say is that midfield we have there, when true midfield ballers in that midfield and see these 2 geriatric inside a day, all they're saying is food. No, I telling you, you need prime as a midfielder, top midfielder, you need prime. And you coming up against Bruno Fernandes, who's a lightweight, right? And Casemiro, who could hardly run, right? And you come up against them 2 in the midfield. Oh, you seen food? Well, we play football here, boy. When you see that, man, there's a chuck pass on a body and you're gone.
But you talking that, eh? And I swear, I feel like I'm having some deja vu. Because today I'm watching football, eh? I watching the Arsenal Chelsea, and I watching Caicedo, Enzo going up against Zuma. What is his name? Zubamendi and Rice. And I say to myself, and we have Casemiro. Because I can't even say we have Bruno Fernandes, because he ain't there. That's just wickedness, right? Today, I thinking that,
No, but here what I say, right? I don't think. All right, let me put it like this. In one sense, I agree that the midfield not the best, but it's garbage. No, but I still believe if we interpret this system better, because I watch in Crystal Palace earlier. Let me be real. Kamara is not a born and bred 6'8". Wharton is more of a DM, right? So in terms of profile, they're a little more similar to Casemiro and Bruno, right? Now the thing about it is how the system is set up and interpreted by the manager is different, by Glasner is different to how Amorim they set it up, because I don't see them big gaps that have Wharton and Kamara running back and there's no space. Look at how close they play together. They use the wingers, them number 10s, drop in. You understand?
Yeah, but that why Crystal Palace gonna finish between maybe 12th and 8th. We want to be in the top 4. Crystal Palace is playing nothing. No, let me be honest. Crystal Palace not playing nothing.
This Crystal Palace team that you're talking about, they beat who in the
yeah, but still,
a couple of no, let me make the point. Because they beat some big teams.
Crystal Palace team playing nothing. But
They-
we
they-
watched
they-
the game
they-
today.
they-
Nah, Nico, I can't
they-
agree with you that this
No, what
Crystal
I
Palace
said-
team is
no,
playing
no,
well.
no,
When the Community Shield against Liverpool
Well,
this,
all right,
this
go ahead,
season,
go ahead.
who they beaten the FA Cup last year?
Reem.
Not City?
No. You have to measure the where you want to be, right? We want to be top 4 minimum. If we want to be top 4 minimum, we cannot be comparing Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro with Wharton and Kamada.
We
It's
using
not
that as an
necessarily-
example
not
today because we
necessarily-
play
it's
them
not
We need
today,
better.
bro.
But my point is we need better. Our
No,
midfield
no.
is not good enough.
Yeah, but
When you
Nico,
come
we
up
linked-
against top
we linked-
quality
we linked-
midfielders, our
Yeah, but
midfield is
Nico-
not good enough.
But Nico, we
We're
linked to
not
Wharton.
good enough.
We linked to Wharton.
They're nothing. Our
The point-
midfield right now is not good enough.
The point I'm
It's
making.
not good enough to beat no top team in the
The
world.
point-
None.
The point I am making is if the system is interpreted better by the manager, I think we will have a much better
So
chance.
if the system is
Plenty.
interpreted better with the manager, we could be in the top 4 with this midfield.
I'm not saying that with this
That's my
midfield,
point.
but we
This
don't
midfield is
even get we
rubbish.
don't even close.
You know, I don't even. I have come to the realization. You know, I really and truly don't even have a problem with the formation, with the system.
Yeah.
I honestly don't, because think about it. We had managers before what try other formations and same khaki pants. You see, but all they just make the point. The interpretation of the system compiled with the players you have, making it look like garbage, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Because we want to be competing to the top of the league, and to me, the team we have, especially that midfield we have, cannot compete. We go win a one-off game, we go win a big game like Crystal Palace will do. You know, they might go on a streak, but consistently to be up there, we do have the quality to do that, especially in the midfield. We do have it, and Crystal Palace don't have it either. That is why they're going to end up about between 8th and 10th this season, or even
You know
lower.
why? No. You see, I wish anyway. You know why Crystal Palace won't do it when we'll be able to reach there, Nico?
Yeah.
Because come summer, they're gonna lose more of their players.
No, we're
And
talking
this
about
is-
this season. No, we're talking
No.
about this season.
No. Listen to the point I'm making, right? Because every season, teams like Crystal Palace have to go lose top players and have to go and find players and rebuild. That's why
Yeah,
those
but
teams will never be up
we're
there.
talking about the team now. We're talking about this team because you compare.
Yeah, but
you
remember,
compare Kamara and you compare
Right.
Wharton.
yeah, but
So we're
remember,
talking about this team now.
right? But what? Yeah, but the reason why Crystal Palace won't be up there is because they're now recovering from losing a key player like Eze. The season before, they were recovering from losing a key player like Olise. So it's every season. The reason why you'll never see Palace making it up there, right, is because they keep losing key players. But the fact that remains that I believe how they are interpreting the system, right? Their midfielders don't have to be running up and down and be strong and be athletic. They don't have to. You understand what I'm saying? Because the players are playing a lot closer together. One of the key things I'm telling you with Palace is those players are a lot more comfortable and are short in possession. You understand what I'm saying? And our players are being instructed to go long. Our players cannot play the ball from the back. We depending on the Litton. When I watch how Richards and Lacroix just be pushing up into midfield, we're not doing that. When I watch how when Munoz get the ball and he bombing down the line and then he plays it for Pino and Pino fainted men and played it for Mateta who holding off the like if the little day. How are you supposed to tell me to watch Bruno Fernandes and watch a set of space between he and Delit crossing the ball and Henderson catching it? No, I think it's more than just
You are just saying, right? No, what I just saying, right? I just said, right? Eze was with Crystal Palace, or let's say wasn't Crystal Palace, were they ever in the top 4?
No, but it has plenty other things that you have to consider, Nico. Patrick Vieira, when Patrick Vieira was there, he wasn't playing at 3-4-3.
I hear you, but what I saying is the quality in the team or what team is not good enough.
All right, I hear you.
The quality is not good enough. You let's think about it. Bruno Fernandes, who is not even an 8 or a 6, right? We just experimented with Bruno Fernandes in that position with a Casemiro, who is a specialist, but who do the legs? to meet no comparison there. That's not good enough.
Right here.
At Manchester United, this cannot be good enough. It's
My
not good
thing
enough.
is, right? Not every time you could get 11 players that suit your role so perfect that means they go win anything. Liverpool case on point, right? So sometimes I think it comes down to more about how you interpret a system and how you use the tools that we have. I see Sir Alex Ferguson win multiple leagues with men like Darren Gibson, right? John O'Shea, playing out of position. Right?
Yes,
I know
bro.
the football different now, but understand the point.
No, but that was next run. Them fellas might play a 1 game or 2 game. I mean, what?
No, but the point is you're getting you're able to get the best out of players, right? That's the point I mean.
But then Reece James playing in the midfield with a left back who you could just push into midfield and the system is looking no different. So I think that is a real point that no matter the players, if your system is sound and men buy into it, don't care who you put, you're going to look good. But
I
dog,
just I just agree with that.
No.
You might look good. You might look good. We'll see get your skin cut.
No,
but dog, we don't look. But dog, we don't look good, and we still getting licks. Is the whole point? We don't look good.
But I get your point. You know, I totally get your point. But
I think everybody we just fed up now.
I just find Amorim not playing within the system, wherever, because he's seen a gun change. But within the same system, Amorim interpretation of it not helping the players and the profiles that he has. It probably if he had a Baleba and this and that, he might have do better. I don't know.
Nah. If I don't want to contradict myself, but I just say nah because Baleba really looking 200 right now. Yeah, but
no, don't say that. He's been looking shitty whole season. Don't say that. Don't do that. Nah, he's a player actually and because
I
of all the thing.
Yeah,
but oh God, boy. And men want to say it's because he head get turned. Bro, if I don't understand that thinking, if I's a player, right? And
you looking for next
big
season,
club
next summer.
coming for me. It's I starting up. I want to ball out of my mind.
You say you gotta look at the mentality there now. You know what I mean? The mentality question now because when you come Manchester, if you feeling pressure at Brighton now. Right? Because Man United calling your name. Imagine when you're playing for Man United.
Especially in this point in time when you you're coming into Manchester United way, your position is a much needed and much coveted position. So you're coming with real expectations. What you gonna tell me, boy?
Yeah. Let me just continue the comments here, guys. Right. Phil saying here 1 goal down versus Everton, 10 men. And Amorim still want to play with a back 3. Man stubborn, bad. I think all of us here can predict 2 things. Amorim line up and who gets him sub down or off. Right?
Every game.
Go ahead, Samuel.
To that point, just going to say something real quick. Before we scored that goal, it's a Xerxes goal. You see Maswari was on the touchline. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So the youth man, the young fella, he's not an attacker.
Shea Lacey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
so what are you there for?
I remember just how he did to say, well, he playing the youths, he bring the youths for exposure.
What become of all them youth attackers that had on the bench last season?
Them fellas played with the reserve or who leave. Right? Phil saying here, delete. Nah, you're joking. You're gonna have to send me that link or post. I refuse to believe that a centre back is all free, man. Yeah, I go send it for you.
Yeah,
you go send that to me too because you see this kind of shop talk.
Yeah. I think he said Maguire was the free man too.
Yeah, well, whoever playing central centre back, that's the free man.
Yeah.
Right. Jody saying here the man just working with the tools he have room. See that? I think you have a lot better than the team performing. right? Eric Lewis on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, I don't trust Amorim for a full rebuild. He has not shown us he deserves it. Yes, we'll be better with better players, but it won't only be individualism.
But it will be.
But it will be
only be,
yeah, because the system not showing us, you know. Joey saying here, yeah, boy, Nico, at least Dalo have a long throw in him.
Yeah, this one we say we rather Dalo right now than Dogo because
Eric saying here, McFred is better than Cassan Bruno. But I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Boy.
I don't know. You cannot between a rock and a hard place.
Nah, but, yeah,
I've been hearing that a lot actually. Yeah?
No, but Fred was good. When I really check back, Fred was better than what we had now.
But you see, Fred used to be. Fred didn't have a consistent midfield partner. McTominay never used to stay in the position.
McTominay is not a midfielder. Oh God, come now, McTominay. I think it was Matic and Fred.
Bruh, I never. As all they talk this, I never thought I would reach the day where I watching broadcast of football, and it's because the commentator is talking about Napoli upcoming game and referring to Napoli as Scott McTominay's Napoli. I like, what the fuck I just hear? Dog, I was shocked out of my mind when I hear that yesterday. Because Napoli played yesterday and the game was coming up. I was like, Scott McTominay is Napoli, you know. It was today?
Yeah.
Scott McTominay is Napoli, you know.
The man put Scotland in the World Cup,
no, but
the man playing good football.
Everybody had to find the fit.
Respect on the man name.
Everybody had to find the fit for me.
But dog, all of us and this is not by no sense of me trying to say, hey, we do shit by selling Scott.
Nah,
I ain't saying that. I ain't going down that road at all. What we also, because all of us here used to say the same thing, McTominay is not a center midfielder. Play McTominay as an attacker.
He just run all over the field now. I watch McTominay play for Napoli and all he just run ahead left all over the place now.
You watch him midfield behind him to give him the ball? He had meant to give him the ball, and they just find him,
Yeah.
He don't have to do. He don't have to do much.
Watching him for Napoli too.
Yeah. But you see, Nico was making a point with Matic and Fred. You see, when players complementary, because Matic had a calmness. Matic, for me, Carrick-esque, he had a calmness, he good on the ball.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have Fred to get a little energy, he go fight, he go be the dog, you know, and then they add Pogba inside there. Listen.
How good we was with that midfielder? Because you just call on paper.
This what we have. No. There was better.
We just comparing. Okay.
I'm not sure. Back in them days, we wasn't pleased when I tell we wanted better.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, that is why I just raised that point. Yeah. Because I remember him. But when we had that midfield, we wanted to kill them too.
Yeah. We used to create chances at least, boy. The midfield used to create chances. Not a hit and hope. You used to see nice through walls, something to run onto. You even see nothing close to that. Nothing.
We used to rail through with that midfield.
Yeah. Christian on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying football so while we dominated possession and 25 shots couldn't score against 10 men Everton. Today we weren't that great and we came away with 3 points, scored 2 goals from set pieces. You know, for me, no, you're not wrong in theory, right? But my thing is dominating possession when the team giving you the ball. I don't really call it as dominating possession, right?
Agreed. That's very misleading.
Yeah, when you had the ball and the team trying to get it actively and you keeping that ball and you had them pinned back because that is not part of the game plan, then that's why I consider domination. But by theory, by what do they call it? Definition, you're right? So we could go and tell people we dominate the game against Everton. Jody said here probably the man building from the front to the back. Just my opinion. Yeah, but you had to win time, Jody. You had to win time. Right? Kyle Critchlow. I want to play Nigel by 90 days, you boy. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying Casemiro doesn't have legs for a two-man mid. Bruno is always better in 10 than
I
8,
agree.
but our system doesn't really use a 10. Well, it does, eh? The two
It
two
does,
players
but
behind him.
not one like Bruno. Not one
Yeah.
with Bruno's skill set.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. So, fellas, let me talk about them 2 goals, 2 set pieces, right? I think the 2 goals were well taken by 2 players on the periphery. You know, nobody saw it. Nobody saw those goals coming. I clearly didn't. Right?
I didn't see it either.
But after the goals, we actually saw the confidence in the team improve.
You saw it. It was too plain to see.
For sure. Especially with Xerxes.
Yeah.
After
No, but
Xerxes goal,
it was the whole. You literally saw the whole. Then I watched Manchester start to press as a team and win back. I said, this is not the same team was struggling, boy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Simeon, any comments on that?
No, I mean, I think, you know, I don't want to take anything away from Manchester United, but I think Crystal Palace, after dominating the first half, was kind of shocked too. Them goals, them giving up. Not, I mean, we know we've seen this. Giving up them kind of goals is really a gut punch. I mean, the angle, yeah. I mean, that's Xerxes goal. I don't know how.
Yeah, boy. Hey, I don't know where that pass, boy.
And then they get catch sleeping on that free kick. Nah, them kind of goal. There's you know.
That the wall was horrible,
yeah.
boy. Oh God! And that's why Henderson was so vexed because Henderson was trying to set the wall and telling them so, and they wasn't listening to him at all. And I swear, mounted the ball exactly where Henderson was telling them to go and stand up.
Yeah, I don't like Henderson at all. So I wasn't too. You know, I was kind of glad to see him.
No, I was glad to. He had real mouth. I was glad to see him. He not get bust.
After that, the first save on Casemiro, I told myself, I said, "Oh God, don't tell me our next keeper gonna be Superman today, boy."
Yeah,
you know, it's always against me. You know, it's always against me. But these keepers
and
film superhero, boy.
But I watch Pickford get taken to the cleaners, and I said to myself, "Watch this shit snake." Last week he was prime Manuel Neuer. Watch you now. You're going back to being Onana.
Oh God!
I'll read the report where Onana say he wants to come back and fight for place.
Boy, F Onana.
Nobody over here, boy.
Nobody on. Onana could never come back Manchester, and if he does come back, he gonna come back to be a reserve keeper.
Yeah. You know, you're gonna loan. As he come back, you go back on loan. It makes no sense.
Onana have what, about 2 years on the contract again?
I don't know. Nobody even checking that. Yeah, he done gone.
And
all United fans, he done gone.
Who want to buy Onana?
Trump Bonsport.
The team want to buy him?
Yeah, they want to buy him.
Nice, man. Yeah.
Oh, well, for how much?
That Black Friday sale, yeah. I wonder if that sale on him. United have a Black Friday sale on them by a price.
Where? Is where he's again here in Turkey?
Yeah.
Take care. Them and trying to pay with hair implants. We're not on that.
Yeah, you can get 60% off. You understand? I tell you.
Onana, yes, boy. It's a certain man will never come back. You see, between he and Rashford, them Manchester career done.
Sancho too.
Oh God.
We'll get some comments here quick. Eric saying here, can you bake a cake with roti ingredients? No. So why is it Amorim playing a system with players who don't fit the system?
You gotta play. You say you gotta play it. You gotta play it until you get the players that you say can make the team play better.
But it goes back to our point, bro. Jody just said maybe he's building from the back to the front, bro. All we are saying is, you is the manager, right? You know your key positions for your formation. Then you can't say it was this. all of us know we needed better goal scorers. Fine. But then you remember there was a question that we keep on asking. If you could choose the positions to enhance at Manchester, and the average fan would rush and say attack because it's glaring, right? But if you put a little more thought in it, you had to understand that you needed better midfielders, you needed better wingers. And we knew that. We knew that. We knew nobody could have never say last season you watched Dalot and Dogu and say, yeah, that's it. That's what we would come. Nah.
And I could imagine, right, for about a month, we're gonna have two of them as we two wing backs. Anyway, next comment. Jody saying overall, I think the game was scrappy, especially the first half. And this is what we were saying earlier, Jody. You know, it's like the manager keep talking about fight and intensity, and it's almost as though, you know, the team he want the team to excel in a kind of chaotic scenario where everything is just, you know, you fight for the second ball and you kick it and then boom, run on Tato, Sesko head it down and you know, as opposed to something more constructed now, you know.
He don't believe it's like he don't believe in grafting at all.
But I found like earlier in his time here, especially last year, he talked about possession, especially his first few months. Possession,
yeah, always,
you know,
even though.
No, I don't think he talks the way that he's talking about. You know, he talk about fighting, but
the ball in the back. Yeah, and he going long.
Yeah, like he's talking about the ball being played forward, and you collect the ball and you turn and you make it play forward. I hardly hear him talk about that kind of play. I wonder if he's changing, if he's changing his philosophy, because the things that when he got here, you talk about, was the things, you move the ball. The toughness that he was referring to was you could take the ball in the middle of the park and turn and do something with the ball, right, and just play it back. You could, find a pass, and everybody was available to get the pass and move forward. And like now, it just seems like you kind of give up on that type of, possession with the ball or movement or advancing of the ball. It seems like now it's just kicking the ball up and long ball.
Because he don't trust the midfield. He don't trust the midfield. He don't trust that when the goalkeeper play to a defender and they play to the midfielder could turn and do something with it. He's thinking that the midfield is going to lose the ball. When the midfield lose the ball, then we know what else be happening right through. Most likely that shot on goal next.
Exactly, Nico. Which brings me to my point. Going into the season, this is how bad it was. Last year we didn't need a midfielder, right? We knew we needed a midfielder, right? I wanted 2 midfielders. So we go into the season. What's the young fellow who we set on loan? Collier. Yeah. We get rid of him. Yeah. Look at Ugarte. You say he ain't good enough. I ain't even gonna play him. He carries 16 time. Menu, 90. He come down like 90th minute. You look at. So you coming into season, all this. We coming into season with less players, literally in your head as a coach. You're coming in with less midfielders than last year, and you ain't bring nobody in as a midfielder. So that's like 3 players in your mind you ain't want to play, and you willingly come into a season like that. Think about that. Last year we needed 2 players, 2 midfielders.
Yeah, but I explained that to you before. The manager do not know to rotate his team. So bringing in more players with 1 game a week will cause more players to get disgruntled in the squad. Look at Meno.
Remember you talk about that too. Is less. So he'll have a tighter team, but boy.
Wow. You can't wrap your head around it. It doesn't make no sense, right?
I'm waiting for Bruno to get injured to bring in a rusty Kobe in the team, like what he do with Sesko. That's how this manager managing the team. So you want to get him more midfielders to frustrate them? But let him stay there and play this 1-11 and let them play for the whole season. And let have no subs. All right. Jody saying here, he's talking about that swerve on the shot. Yeah, that was I was listening to somebody today and they were saying You get Xerxes to take that 50 more times. And he might
He
lose
ain't doing that.
3 times.
That was Xerxes. No, but Xerxes I'm not gonna do that. No, he had
No,
a
but-
quality, you know.
No, but I think Henderson, I deny what you're saying, but I think Henderson
Yeah.
do crap on that, right?
The first one, Henderson get catch proper too.
Yeah.
A chef, that is your goalkeeper for the World Cup next year.
Mhm.
Thoughts on Euro? Euro was
Don't
looking,
remind me. Don't remind me.
Euro was looking devastated
No.
after the game.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
because it was like the second game in a row. He didn't have a good game.
He looking shaky, boy.
He was
but
looking.
I think he
Looking
needs
shaky. Even on the touch, when he touching the ball, he looking nervous, and you're seeing more. I mean,
But-
you're not
but
seeing the
I will
calmness
say
and the
that-
composure.
I
that he
will
had in
say
the
though,
first season.
as a young player, he needs to understand that this is part of the journey too. You're
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
have
I agree.
tough games, and that's where you're supposed to have a manager and a support staff to let him know, bro. That's how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah,
You will improve because
Yeah.
that youth is undoubtedly talented.
But United has killed men, eh? United has watch me, Meno coming to this team on fire earlier. What's going on now, eh? Right? When Euro came here, even Dogu, when Dogu came here for the first few games, Dogu was looking good. You might taking that, yes, Dogu got man of the match for a few games when he came to United.
what few games you
Few
talking about?
games.
Yes, Dogu get man. I
Yeah.
sure we can
Yeah,
take back
I
a Dogu
feel-
get man of the match. I sure, especially the first few games, maybe the first 2 or 3 games.
Come,
right?
come,
Somewhere in between
somebody
Right?
use the Twitter
there.
fingers.
I sure, right?
Nico show in the multiverse. I can't remember that happening for Dogu.
Yes, he came out of the match, right? The fella was decent, but I mean, exponentially down.
No, but
Euro
I
this
agree.
season.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Euro this season. Woo, you're not pressure. But
With the
second
match players.
second season, sometimes especially for the young players, does be affected. So hopefully learn this season, and from next season, when Maguire and whoever else leave, I think you should be all better.
When Maguire leaves.
But guys, I have
I
a
mean,
question.
you're still asking him when Maguire leave? Yeah, follow the kid by.
But I have a question on Fowler because I want to talk about Mino. Right now, I might sound as though I'm coming off contradictory, right? But I really just want to, get your thoughts on this because I mean it's something I'm thinking about because I really can't understand. I can't understand why, Mino being treated how he being treated, right? But you'll remember back in the day, we used to complain about the club and the managers, swell heading we young players and the head getting too big too quick because we're giving them too much too quick and the expectation of the player.
They're trying to say this is humility lesson.
No, well, let me put it. I want to put it in a nicer way, right? To make it not seem, But the point I'm making is we've seen how being pushed into the limelight and the pressure on a young player too early, how the damage it could do, right? And I always remember making references to how Pep Guardiola, handled Phil Foden.
Right.
We see Phil Foden come on, have a top performance, and then Foden sitting on the bench for 2-3 games after that, on the bounce. After it would have had a season where Foden was carrying City, right? But Foden still went number 47 on his back. He never got number 10 when it was available. He never got a big number when it was available. But we saw Foden there and he always remained consistent. He never the fall that we saw of plenty Man United players over a period of time I'm talking about, right? Because at Man United they will have one peak and then they will have a significant fall. But Foden would have gone up and he would have remained around a certain area, right? He may not have been top over the time, but he would have remained consistent at a certain level. And that was possibly because the manager took away, this high expectation of this young player. So is it possible that Amorim treatment of Kobe Mino is more protective, is more somewhat like how Pep would have dealt with that guy?
Hmm. I personally don't think so.
I don't either.
Mainly
I don't know.
because
I don't know
think,
I don't know where what multiverse Reem pulled that from, but
yeah.
and it's an interesting thought. You know, I give away your props to being creative, but I don't think so either. To be
Yeah,
honest,
because from looking at the team, I guess from what we have seen, I personally, and I could be wrong, right? I know everybody see it differently. For some reason, like Amarin doesn't trust Kobe Mano in the midfield, right?
Mm.
Um, I I personally don't think that Kobe Mano is a Amarin type player. I guess for now, maybe something might change, because if he was, or if he was maybe doing what Amarin need in training, I think Amarin would have no choice but to play him. Because of course we need the results, right? And if it is that Casemiro and Bruno, because at that time with Casemiro was, I think Ugarte would have played, right? And Ugarte, we realized Ugarte wasn't playing good either. I mean, they're playing back Casemiro, and Casemiro had a good run of games. But I think if it is that Meno was doing what Amarin needed in training, I think he'd have gotten more games. I still think he don't trust Meno in that midfield.
But you feel is more of, because I don't know, I just feel as though any player who had to fight for a position with the manager's favorite, you're fighting an uphill battle. You could be how
You're
good in
doomed.
training.
But then that different to the question you asked, right? If it's a
No,
humility thing,
that I only say that because you say because
Mhm.
you said that if he was doing certain things in training, that the manager would have given him the
Yeah,
opportunity.
but even coming off the bench, I think he'd have gotten more time.
So then
But-
why didn't
but who-
if he wasn't
but
doing
who-
what
for
he's
who?
doing in
For who?
training? Why didn't allow him to leave?
No, because say that again.
If he's not doing what he's supposed to in training, why the manager didn't allow him to leave in
No,
the summer?
He said he's still a player with a lot of potential. He's still a player with a lot of potential. He just sell players because sometimes it's pressure too, because Kobe Mino as a homegrown player, young player, English international player, would have played in the FA Cup final.
Yeah, you can't
Oh, no,
like that.
the Euro Cup final. Right, you're gonna let he go just so, because
Yeah,
men gonna wanna pay small money too. Right, because you want him, you playing him, right? But you wanna sell me for how much? You know that wasn't gonna happen. I forget my point. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, Simeon, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, because I'm just trying to make sense out of this Kobe Mino situation, because for me, it's not making sense, and I don't understand how you can have that quality, player, and you're not using him, and he gets 4 minutes today. Earlier, 4 minutes. What it is you're doing, right?
And it's not to say Casemiro or Bruno was having this whirlwind game. And dog, the man could play multiple positions too. I want to see. Listen, you see when all of them Africans and them gone, I want to see what going to happen.
I talk about Kobe. I ain't worried about Kobe. I think Kobe gone. Just the look on his face coming on today was all. I mean, I saw, but I touched on. I say, you know what? I think Kobe done. So I ain't worried about Kobe.
I don't like how they're treating that Utah tour. It does real bother, man, because he's a Utah real like. That and all sour me on Amarin bad.
Yeah, points taken.
But that could fire him up too, to be honest, that if he really wants to play for United, that could fire him up to reach new levels as well.
But you see, but my thing is this, right? And perhaps now I'm gonna move from facilitator to give my thoughts on it. Is you have to a player that's thrive on the confidence of the manager, and how the manager show confidence is by trusting you on the field, and not seeing where, like for instance, let me just say one game where Bruno's supposed to start, you start Kobe instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, what? Yeah, so we're not seeing, and that's why I'm not seeing. Show the player that I believe in you. It can take some time. Probably, your game, your profile may not fully suit what you're looking for. Work on this, work on that, and show the player that you believe in him and that you trust him and that you want him to be part of your plan. But everything that I see Amorim doing, it telling me that you're forcing the player to make a decision. And then when the player makes a decision, everybody fighting him down, oh, this, oh, that, oh, that. Go ahead.
But Kareem, I mean, look at, Kareem, Manu was trying to leave at the end because he realized what was going on. You remember this?
That's my point.
Like you said, he was trying to leave. And, he was going to kind of talk, well, you get a little thing here, a little thing there. The man was trying to go. The man didn't want to leave, but the man realized, hey.
Is that World Cup here? The man was trying to still see if he could get into the World Cup team.
And now you gotta bring the man on with all the men playing. You gotta bring him on at 90th minute. Nah.
And that's why I say this is not about I'm managing a young player. Nah, Dan, that you does look so jaded. That's all the exuberance that man had a couple of years ago, totally gone. Totally gone.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So for me, I find the boy, and I don't care what Manchester fan vex with me, let that youth go and have a proper career somewhere else.
Jody's saying here for Nico, we just had one play of the match, and that was against Palace.
Yeah, sure. Right? And that is a short for one.
Is you say multiples? Say multiple?
No, even on the fan channel, he was voted as player of the match. Check it back. Hammer receipts.
You say multiple. We go rewind the tape,
Hey.
I just want to wrap it up with this one out here. So after the performances of the front three today, right, with 2 game goals, and well, we know, with who Mbeumo is, he had a start, right? Even though I find he fall off, especially decision making. But you still can't drop Mbeumo. So the manager said Cunha will be ready for West Ham for our next game. Who coming out?
I wasn't taking out nobody. So Cunha can't enter.
Let play Cunha left wing back now. Let play Monk left wing back now.
Not a hell of that. He tried that already.
No, we could do that. Let me try Monk left wing back.
No,
what? Let me try Shaw. Let me try Shaw.
You see all this punching. It's too late on a Sunday for this punching talk.
We try and show left wing back and Martinez left centre back with no Dalot, right?
Okay.
Cunha will come on.
So you say Cunha has on the bench?
Yeah.
Cunha will start on the bench.
No, because remember Cunha is not a like a muscle or anything.
And is that tappy guy?
Is that what?
Them start on the bench.
Wait.
Some head injury was a head injury.
Oh.
So the concussion protocols was observed. That's why he wasn't available today. But Cunha, it's not like Cunha, had to recover physically to catch back sharpness.
No.
At the point. So that was it. So Cunha walking back into the team, but I'm just asking who will I take
Nah.
before?
I find he could start from the bench.
Well, let's see
Give
Cunha starting from the bench.
big Zirks
I
a run.
no, Zirksy go play. Zirksy playing. If anybody at the bench, it will be Mount.
Yeah,
I think-
So I find after Zirksy goal, I find he hold up the play nice, the touch was nice, confidence looked good. You go drop him after that, boy. You're good, boy.
Zirks had a better second half. That
Yeah,
he needed that goal.
yeah.
We're saying Simeon.
No, I mean,
Simeon like this
No,
team.
it-
whatever.
no, man, it's hard to say who to drop. I mean, you know, I don't think. Here's what I think he'll do. I think he might drop Xerxes and put
Jesus.
Mount on. Leave Mount on to play a false nine or Cunha, whoever, and rotate the front three, and then probably bring Xerxes on if he need a goal or something. That's what I think he might do.
I think so too.
That's the kind of rotations he does doing.
I think so too. I think he'll overthink it.
That making
No,
no
that's the
sense.
kind of shit he does.
Yeah, but that making no sense.
Simeon
No
probably
sense.
correct with that.
I think that's what
Nah,
he'll
nah, he
overthink
doing
it.
that. Nah, he
He'll
doing that.
overthink it, Nico. He'll overthink
No,
it.
no,
Because
no,
listen,
no.
Mount getting the intensity that
He like Mount. He like Mount.
No, but he like that strike on top as well. Like a strike
Ah.
on top to holy ball.
He goes,
Yeah,
I feel it's that stripping himself he gonna do.
nah, he doing that all. He not doing that. Look, he started. He not doing that.
All right, because see.
Remember before we leave, remember Sesko scored them goals and he was benched next time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think he doing that. Yeah,
anytime I hear Amorim talk, I just hear intensity, fight, and I know you're gonna get that from Cunha and Mount. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, the started. He just
I think
he had
he
to
should
figure out what he
continue
doing
with him.
Yeah, he had to figure out what he doing with Mount and Cunha.
Yeah.
And I
Anyway,
started Martinez.
You feel Martinez ready for a start, mate?
I don't care. I just have to play.
No. Let Martinez. Hey, let Martinez get let him get his little Kobo sweat and the man catch himself.
Oh, God.
Who you starting Martinez for?
For sure. I put him in the left centre back.
But here's the thing though. Shaw has been playing good, eh?
Shaw go play
Yeah,
one
but
game left centre back.
I put him to
and he going back up in the
the
hospital.
wing back, the left wing back. I put him to play
One wing back performance in this team, and Shaw gone and back in the medical room. Eh?
For about 6 months.
Yeah. So anyway, fellas, I think that brings us to the end of the pod today. Right? Another win. Well,
another one.
I take that back. We win.
But I'm grateful for the win. I'm grateful for this win. I'm grateful because it's just this team has given me. Hey, I don't feel it now. Right?
I mean, though, all that we just feel, what kind of mad talk is that? All that we Manchester fans.
I don't know. I mean, it's at different levels right now. Oh,
No.
Hey.
Trust me. This team, nothing that sour me so like Manchester United.
Wait. I'm just grateful for the win, boy.
Yeah, we reach now, boy.
Imagine that.
But earlier the table, the league so
tight,
so poor this season that a loss taking it to 15th and a win taking it to 3rd. You understand? Everything's so close.
Poor, you gonna say why?
Yeah, I
really like how competitive the league is, boy.
It's differently because it has been competitive.
Yes, dog, real competitive.
All right.
What you want? You want team to be leading by Christmas by 10 points and I don't want that. No, to just fight for your thing.
I hear you. So, guys, I think we are at the end.
Yeah, man.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Blessings, man.
Good night.
Yeah, man.